David De Gea, 7 shots on
Why does he
target,
say
7
looking like he's
goals. You're in
trying to wing
goal.
this one into
Let's
the
go!
top?
Oh, play now, man. Wanna play?
Oh, he's laid it
Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday night TF3. Oh, we love it, man. We love it. Game week 6. I'm your boy. I'm your host, Lavish Oluwaseun Kante's cousin. And I'm joined with my ever faithful co-host, Banks. Banks, how you been, man? You look good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sometimes you just need to hear that.
Man.
Good.
How you been? How you holding up? How'd you find this game week?
Different, man. Feels different getting the W. It's been a while. It's been what? I think it was my birthday last time we got a W. It's been a while.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. Still. Forgot the feeling almost. I've been out here shitting bricks just to beat Burnley, but we got there in the end. We'll talk about it a bit more, but yeah, feels good to be on the right side of a result, man. It's been a while.
No problem. We started abruptly. Let me just share out this tweets. If you're in here already, share out the link, post it in your group chats. It's gonna be a good one today. We'll talk about a lot of stuff today. But yeah, just all in all, just some obviously I know you're well across the results. It's been a day now. The dust has settled a little bit. You've got the North London derby to talk about. We've got Chelsea dropping points. We're going to touch on Liverpool. We're going to touch on Newcastle thumping Sheffield. There's things to talk about, you know. Banks, looks like I'm a host this one.
I trust
Looks
you.
like I'm a host this one, but let's start where everyone's talking about. Yeah, there's only one place to start.
Gary Neville called it the biggest game in football, in English football.
What game are you talking about?
I'm talking about Arsenal versus Spurs.
No, I'm talking about the team that spent £1 billion and can't beat Aston Villa.
You're a super hater. Man said you don't even want to start with your own club. Said let's go straight to the Chelsea here.
I'm joking. So the North London derby. Firstly, let's even pick up on that comment. Banks, obviously you have some bias, but what is the most entertaining game in England?
Are you talking the biggest game or the most entertaining game?
The most entertaining game. The biggest is just subjective because I just feel like people talk about history. But the most entertaining game, which is eye test, like you grew up with, what's the most entertaining game, like you could say in the last that you watch regularly?
Liverpool City's always been entertaining. Am I lying? If we're talking pure entertainment, like high quality football, but Liverpool City is usually been the one over the last couple of years. Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm
the entertaining games is
do you want me to say a specific answer? Do you want,
there's Arsenal Spurs. There's Arsenal Spurs. There's Arsenal Liverpool.
No lines.
There's Liverpool City. There's Liverpool City. There's Arsenal Spurs.
Wait. You said Arsenal Liverpool.
That game is like bare goals. There's always like 9 goals.
Yeah, 9 goals to Liverpool, bro. When the hell have you lot been? Apart from last year, when the hell was this? When the hell was this a fair fight? That was never a fair fight. You lot have got your Arsenal Spurs. That's very, very entertaining. You lot always have fun with that every year. Pretty much every year. It's either usually the home game, the Emirates game goes to Arsenal, the Tottenham Stadium game goes to Tottenham. Obviously, last year you did the double on them, but more time is to entertain. Like, either way, you're getting an entertaining game. But if you're talking about the most like high quality football, more time is gonna be
the most entertaining game.
And usually, like over the last couple of years, them two have put on some battles. I can't lie, I can't front. More time has been City, Liverpool going at it. They've had the best teams. They're put on the best matches. More time they're showing out when they have to face each other.
So the most entertaining game is a Man City Liverpool team, yeah.
Hey, recently, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just asking. The most entertaining game is Man City Liverpool. Yeah, bet. Okay, cool. Glad we got an answer on that one. Right. Cool. So back to staying on the North London derby. What did you enjoy about it?
This is the first time I've seen Tottenham come to the Emirates and not look petrified and not look like, rah, we're not at Tottenham Stadium anymore. We can't do what we usually do. I think that's like I tweeted yesterday that Ange Postecoglou has like changed Tottenham's lives pretty much. Because honestly, I've never seen Tottenham go to the Emirates and just be confident and kick ball and make it awkward for
He's
Arsenal. Like
changed
when
their
they got to the Emirates,
lives.
and I think he has.
With-
I've never seen it look awkward for Arsenal at the Emirates against Tottenham. More time, it's fast paced for Arsenal. You lot get off to that fast start, you pack them in, maybe 3 goals, 2 goals in the first half, whatever. A lot of Arsenal fans thought it was going to be the same thing. Like you can't look at it and say Arsenal fans weren't confident. You lot saw Tottenham coming into the game like on high spirits, and you thought, yeah, don't worry, the same thing's going to happen that usually happens. We're going to roll them over. It's going to be too much for them. Same old, same old. But they gave you something different this game. I don't even think Arsenal fans can deny that. I don't think so. Can you am I telling the truth? Like, was there something different about what Tottenham play? Am I over exaggerating? Let me know.
I
Ricky
think
Bowley
Tottenham
said
played
that's
well, but I think you're over exaggerating.
that way. Everyone get off that guy's something.
I think you're over exaggerating.
Arsenal, Newcastle more exciting than Spurs Arsenal. You are boying it, Ugo. You are boying it.
Yeah, that's just
Newcastle
he's
played
just
the
lost his.
nastiest 0-0 against Arsenal last.
Yeah, we beat them 2-0, I swear. Their
Yeah,
place. But
Newcastle.
no, oh yeah, and the 0-0 in January. Yeah, no, I feel like Tottenham played better than everything's relative. So you're comparing them to previous Tottenham. So yeah, they played better, but they weren't fantastic. I feel like to answer your question, I feel like you're overreacting to a certain extent. They weren't fantastic. They were better than they've been in previous seasons.
But they're better than you yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's relative. That's what I'm saying. It's relative. So they played very, very well for their standard. We played very, very bad for our standard. So yeah, they would say they're better. You can only do what you're capable of doing. So yeah, they played better than us, I'd say so.
Let's be real. Old Australian with a personality, they're going to hype the smallest things. May be positive,
Yeah,
nice. May.
I can't. So you're on the Ange wagon as well.
I'm on the Ange wagon. Nah, I can't lie. He seems like a nice fella. I can't
I've been
lie.
seeing some of your tweets. It's a bit weird. You're on the
What
Ange wagon as well.
tweets?
Nah, just talk about Ange. Just
Nah, what
confusing.
tweets? Bring them up. Bring them up, bro.
I will.
You always love.
But
You always love some fact behind the fiction.
so have you not tweeted about Ange?
Yeah, show me a tweet that's just like show me a tweet that you thought was weird, didn't it? Show me a tweet that you thought was weird. I'll go through some comments in the meantime.
Okay.
Jem stretched it about Arsenal Spurs. Ricky Bowley said Arsenal versus Spurs is the biggest PL game. Banks got chat now. Last week was more quiet than a man on the run. Look, hey,
Jesus
I'm just
Christ.
asking questions and I answer them. Is it because I got a smile on my face this time? Like, what's going on? Arsenal Spurs isn't the most entertaining, playing for 4th and 5th. Fair enough. This is gonna bring some. That's why I like. So like sometimes you just gotta bring some facts into the situation. Some facts. Brighton Villa gotta get us in the air now. Ugo, we're gonna cut your mic off in a second.
I just saw you say Andrew. Use what you said here. Andrew absolutely changed Spurs' life. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I said. I stand on that. I said that in the beginning of the show. Tottenham never come to the Emirates Stadium and look as confident as that. Never. They never come to the Tottenham. I've never come to the Emirates. Kick ball, bop it in
So
the
what
middle.
so to answer the question along the ticker? So what does this draw? This 2-2? Oh, sorry, this 2-2 win for Tottenham. What does it do? Yeah, no. The other hand, yeah, that one. I see that, but I'm just gonna accept you for who you are. You know, I endorse anything. I saw you painting one of your nails. I just thought, you know what?
Nah, I did the other one as well, but I started buying it and it came off. So it was like,
that's 2 big L's. 1, you paint your nails. 2, you bite them. Come on, man.
And if I don't even bite my nose, that's the worst thing. And I don't paint them either. I did it once, but you know.
I'm not judging it. If you want to be doing that for relating. Yeah, so I said, yeah, that 2-2 Spurs win. What does that do for both teams? Where does that? That's the question along the ticker banks. I need you to answer it. What does the 2-2 win for Spurs tell us about both teams?
What is the 2-2 win for Spurs? It tells me that Spurs are gonna go to a lot of teams this season and just play the way they play. They won't win all of the games, but they'll play the way they play. I think of all the games that they could have played, Arsenal's probably the one where they're most likely to fold into themselves and like change their style of play but they didn't. if they can do it at the Emirates, they're probably going to do it at other places and play their own style of play. Whether they win those games or not is another question, but it tells me that
Mhm.
they're going to play that style of play regardless of who's there. What it tells me for Arsenal is that the gap between Declan Rice and Jorginho
Mhm.
is cataclysmic. Like
Cataclysmic.
cataclysmic.
Jesus,
Like
that's grammar there.
in the second half, your midfield was vacant. I don't like. Obviously, there were
Mm.
some changes to the midfield. Kai Havertz came on in there. Jorginho came on in there, and then Odegaard was a ghost as well, complete ghost.
Mm.
And it was just Basuma, one arm, put Odegaard there, other
I'm
arm,
done.
put Havertz and Jorginho on that one, and he did your midfield. He gripped everyone up,
Mm.
Terry Q style, just carried everyone and just did what he needed to do in the midfield.
Mm.
So if Basuma's doing that, you can assume other midfielders are gonna do that as well. And it's a
You
worry
think
like,
Bazuma's one? Is Basuma one of the best, or?
is Basuma one of the best? We knew Basuma was a very good midfielder from Brighton.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
only like literally only it's Conte's perception that did the mad thing to Basuma's reputation. Let's be real, because you would have taken him at Arsenal before
Yeah,
he
yeah,
joined.
yeah. No, I'm not saying I wouldn't have. I would not saying I
No,
wouldn't have
I'm
at
saying,
all.
but it's literally Conte's perception of him that changed, like had people speaking crazy on Basuma. So it doesn't really surprise me what he's doing for Tottenham right now.
Mm.
He literally bodied up that whole midfield. But quickly, can I get you just to, because remember, we like big up Nathan for this as well, because he talked a lot about how you didn't rate Odegaard before, and then you were like just on the bandwagon a couple of weeks ago when he banged on United. Like, can you talk about Madison coming to his house and doing the mad thing? Just quickly, just not
He
for
didn't
two.
play well.
You
What's
Madison?
it got to do? No, he didn't. Odegaard didn't play well. What's it got to do with Madison?
No, it's just so crazy that I just wanted to see if you could make that comparison.
So
Just make
wait,
that.
okay, hold on. Since you've taken it there, let's take it there. So is Madison better than Odegaard?
I never compared the two.
Answer the question, man, because you brought
I
them
never
into the
compared
same sentence.
never
See, you brought
compared the
them
two.
into the same sentence, and now I'm
I
gonna.
just said Madison came into his house. I didn't take off his shoes. That's all I said. Like
So what is that? So I
he
don't know
didn't
what
wipe
you're
his
saying,
shoes on the
Digga.
mat. He didn't wipe his shoes on the mat.
If you're gonna try and
I'm
say
not
something, you
I'm
gotta
not
be a
trying
man
anything,
and stand
bro.
on that.
I'm not trying anything. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. Like, more time when you come into someone's house that's not your own, like, you wipe your shoes before you come in. Maybe even ask them, should I take them off? But you just like walked into the living room and you just like kind of just like dragged his feet as well, even though he knew he walked through mud to get here. Like, so just a bit rude. I just wanted to see your like what you thought about that, because like if another midfielder, like if an Arsenal midfielder went into like another house and just did that, you'd be like very like rah, that's
Nah, if
disrespect.
if an Arsenal midfielder played how Madison played, that's what I expect.
Okay, okay, okay.
I will just because you're making loads of comments, which just show that you're not a man. Say what you're gonna say and stop
I got.
diamond dancing.
I want to get your. I just want to
No,
get your thoughts.
I've asked you the
I just wanna
question, and
get-
because I've
yeah, you
responded, I
said,
said he didn't play
no, no,
well.
no, no, no. You said Odegaard played badly. We all know that. We all know that.
Yeah. So what you asked? You didn't ask me
I'm
any
just asking you
question.
that what like when Odegaard plays badly at his house and then Madison like plays like very well at his house, like just is is
Very
there like
well.
sorry, he didn't play very well.
Hey, okay, yeah.
Oh, played okay, fairs. Basuma on Saturday is getting dunked on. Dom said Basuma wasn't that good. Let's slow down, please. I don't know, man. Sometimes
Nah,
you just gotta
Basuma was good. I think
Basuma's
Basuma was
good.
the best player. I think Basuma was the best player. I feel
Mm,
Shenmue. What's the what?
uncomfortable,
How are the two related?
uncomfortable conversations. Thank you for bringing this up, Bogo. Sometimes we just need to have.
How are the two related?
Now it's good. It's good for the soul to have like conversations that are difficult. Did you know that? Like sometimes it's good to like
How
talk.
are the two related? Answer the
Like,
question.
when you was there, like just pouring all your money into NFTs that Grealish was, and you're just like, yeah, get on this. This is like the ground floor. Get on this, and everyone's saying like maybe not. You was like, no, get on this. NFTs are gonna blow. NFTs are gonna blow, and now it's just like one of them's popping, and the other one's been replaced by Jeremy Doku. It's just like
Grealish has been. You see, this is what I'm saying. If you're gonna say stuff,
I'm
Be
no, bro.
correct.
I'm
Grealish
just
has been injured.
bringing the context. I'm just bringing the. Is he
Grealish
taking?
has literally been injured. So has John Stones been? Has John Stones been
Okay, so
replaced?
when Grealish comes
Has,
back from injury,
has,
is he taking Jeremy Doku's corners?
yeah, when he's fit.
Is he's taking it back? Yeah.
When he's fit, yeah. And you
When
know
he's
why? You know why that's
when
even. You know why? Yes, I said yes. And you know
yes.
why that's not. That doesn't even make sense. When that doesn't make sense at City, anyone can get dropped. Determined, like even if you're playing well at City, that's what's mad. So there's no point using that as an argument at City, because even if Doku could score a hat trick and get dropped the next game, like it means nothing.
I hear
You
it.
know
Nah,
that, though.
I completely hear it, bro. I completely hear it.
But all I'm
sorry,
saying is,
it's just the way Pep said. Like, it's just the way Pep said. That's a winger. That's a winger. Did you hear when he
no,
said that's
Doku's good. Doku's good. Doku's very good, and he'll be frightening against. Put your pride aside, Chem. What people are just saying statements, ask questions. Do you get what I mean?
just a minute? Jack said Jack won't mind. It's like it's cool. Like people understand. Nobody's gonna hold it against you. By the way, Shem. Like these
For
things,
what?
we get things wrong in it. Just like
For what? For
yeah,
what? No one's gonna hold what against me.
nothing.
Anyway,
No,
my
I'm just
point is
saying.
before let's
People
steer the
won't hold it against
conversation back. Let's steer the conversation back to the North London derby because you've lost your head. Yeah. Let's steer the conversation back to. I feel like back to what you said on Madison playing very, very well. Yeah. I feel like it's very, very interesting. Obviously, football's on fine margins, but there's a conversation we need to have, and I feel like categorically, the fan base. I haven't seen the fan base be unanimous in the decision to now. Like everybody's won. Like all of you who won, especially Tim, all of you lot said it. You've all won in it. That
How we won? What do you mean we won?
you've won in the sense of it's time.
It's
It's
time for what?
time.
It's time.
It's time. Like okay, like January, we know what to do.
Mm,
We know what to do.
mm.
In January, we know what to do. Like Gabby Jesus, like we
Oh,
know what to
the
do.
picture
Do
as
you,
well.
do you
All
know? We
right.
know what to do. We know what to do. Like we honestly know what to do, and it's fine. Like it's fine. Like I tell you, said you want to be ruthless. Show us a little something, them. Show us the ruthlessness that you want to do, because
So
it's like
are you telling? So you're saying that Tony's the one that's going to get you over the line? Because
yeah, yeah.
if you invest in Tony now, he has to be the one to take you over the top.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll do it. Take us over.
We'll do it.
Just you can do it now. Like yeah,
What
yeah,
are the
cool.
comments? Because obviously you lot, I think, is you and Chelsea in the race for him right now. Obviously, he said
If Arsenal and Chelsea are going toe to toe for Tony, he's coming to Arsenal. We're not competing with anyone. The point is, if we're not honestly, we're not competing with anyone for Tony. If Arsenal go for Tony, he's coming.
I said I'm in my own lane. I'm in my own race. I hear it,
Yeah,
bro.
we're not competing with Chelsea for Tony. That's even put money. They're talking about money if they bid more, wherever. Well, if Brentford accept both bids, he's coming to Arsenal. There's no, you know what I mean? And that because man is on podcast talk about Arsenal, Liverpool under no dress. Tony don't rate Brentford on a even before there was links. Remember we said that video on Twitter when it's like, yeah, Brentford they're all right. I played like, come on, man. Do you get what I mean? So if you go for him and like it's doing the rounds that he's coming Arsenal in January, or we're interested in him in January. It's time to pull the button. Like the Eddie thing's cute. The Jesus thing, you've done your job. Like you've done what you needed.
The Jesus chance was low key
So
criminal.
that's what I was gonna talk about. The thing problem I kind of have with Arsenal is that we don't punish, and it's not even just the Tottenham games, but when we do a high press or we win the ball in high positions, very rarely does it end up as like a boom goal. But it seems like any excuse we give any team we're playing, and predominantly most of the teams in the league, we should be beating, aside from maybe two or three teams. But when we give these teams who have one chance or two chances a game, they always score. So, for example, when Pereira got the ball against us in the Fulham game, right? I'm sure if that was a certain Arsenal player and it was the other way around, we won't score that. Do you get what I mean? Like these teams, they kill us with the little chances, with the opportunities we give them. Whereas Arsenal, it's like we'll miss a very good chance and we'll be like, okay, we're warming up, we're getting closer to scoring. Scoring is not something that's like, it's not a hill. You either score or you don't score. Do you get what I mean? But Arsenal tend to be like, we're getting closer to scoring. Like, yeah, we're building now. No, score or don't, like you score and you put those chances away. Jesus has no right to miss, to not. Jesus has no right to hit to not. I was even saying to not hit the target, but I think there's no way you don't score that.
It's too presentable of a chance. Like literally,
it doesn't even make sense.
You pressed Madison. You've got that's the sort of thing you practice in training time and time again, and you'll just hit the back of the net. It'll be it'll be routine at training, but in the
And if
big
Eddie did
moment,
that, he's getting killed. Jesus is getting cooked now. But if Eddie did that, it would be great. Like it will be tenfold the amount of slander that Jesus is getting right now. You can't miss that chance.
this guy was saying he brings the streets to the pitch. Hey, someone was telling me like he just hasn't grown up a kid. Like playing in the favelas, like you don't really need
And
to
I feel,
bang
and I
goals.
honestly feel like
You need to still
If you get Tony, Jesus's position could be on the wing, play right wing
play right
or
wing.
second. Yeah, I think that's when I feel like he played very well right wing at City. Play right wing or you play second striker when Tony's
No, but
tired.
you know, so you. This is not me being rude or anything, but you saw the way Jesus got emotional when he got moved away from striker for City. Like,
Well, okay, so this is where Arteta needs to step in. You want to be disrespectful and embarrass Ramsdale at one end of the pitch and say you're ruthless in competition. Do it at the other end of the pitch. I'm so
mm,
sorry. And
mm,
Jesus ain't bigger. Jesus ain't bigger than Arsenal,
mm.
or like it's not big enough for the dressing room. There's been many better strikers than him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like life will move on after him. But I say you get a bagsman, you get a man that gets you 25, and we need a real bastard.
I need the.
That's the thing
I need
about.
the. I need
That's
the
the
real
thing about why I want Tony's, because we need a real bastard. You know them man that just like they're not nice with it. Like if it's 5-0, they're still trying to score 2 hat tricks. I need
Mm.
a real bastard at Arsenal. That's what we need. A real there. Do you get what I mean? So all that press till it hurts and all that Firmino school of Firmino that Jesus keeps doing. I'm here, like I respect it, but we still need more because it's about winning. Yeah. Don't get that. If anyone says Boniface, stop. None of these Nige ballers.
I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna get chill, bro. So you want to take Osimhen? There we go.
You know De Laurentiis is gonna squeeze Arsenal
Yeah,
for
nah,
us,
you're
man.
getting
He'll get like 170.
140 minimum. 140 minimum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll get 170, like plus add-ons, like 170 with add-ons. Like he's a savage.
I'm gonna go through some comments. Tony in the Prem is calm. Champions League. Is he taking you over the top in the Champions League?
What does that even mean? What does
Man,
that mean, Nathan? What does that even mean?
he said, is it Champions? Is it Champions League level? It's Champions League level. Man said Tony, he ain't all that. He's saying
Hmm?
that there's a level above Tony. He's saying there's a level above.
What's the level above Tony Osherman? If he's injury record,
Oh, he's kept fit for the last year. To be fair,
he's kept
Tony
fit for a year. He's kept fit for a year, which was strange.
Tony's gonna come back as a man with a point to prove. Whoever gets him is gonna get a beast. Jesus is too charged. He missed the chance and gets in his head. Yeah, now you can tell. You can
That's
tell.
true. That's
Tell.
true. You
You can tell. Five-a-side baller. He needs
get
to
Nathan
grow
out of here. Patrick Sheik. Hey, no.
up. He said, "Link me with Sesko." Hey, if you know about the Sesko stocks, you look.
This is not FM. This is not FM. Listen,
It's the
you
right profile,
man are
though.
trying to get Sesko, man, I get Rasmus. Chill. This is not FM. We want the here and now, bruv. I'm
He
here.
said,
The only person when you said Vico, okay, we're talking now. Vico, Tony. Now we're trying to talk about some
he said
stuff.
Sesko missed the chance to be part of the project. Now you have to come ready-made.
You have to come ready made, man. You have to come ready made.
If he came around like 2021 size, 2020.
But what do you think about what do you think about not binning off Jesus, but upgrading, going up a level in January? I think it's a no-brainer.
I think you definitely have given enough time to Eddie and Ketia and Jesus to prove that the guys that score you 20 to 25 goals a season. And the fact that none of them have convinced up until this point that they're going to be the ruthless killer. They're going to be the guy that, yeah, now give me that chance, I'm binning it. Give me that chance and I'm binning it. I think at this point, it makes sense. Even though a different manager, any other manager would be heavily criticized if they needed to upgrade on their 50 million pound striker 2 years later. I'm just saying, like, if we're keeping it very fair, you needed to upgrade on a 50 million pound striker 2 years later, there'll be questions asked. That's all I'm saying. But
Now, when Wenger did it with Lacazette, he
yeah,
wasn't criticized.
he was criticized. No, he wasn't actually.
No, no, he wasn't. They was all rating it. They was
No, no,
like,
no.
well done.
To be fair,
Wenger wasn't even criticized when he did that. When he was like, oh, you have an opportunity to get Aubameyang, get him. That was it.
it just showed
That
like
was even less than 2 years.
it was 6 months. Was it 6 months
No,
later?
it was less than. It was about 18 months.
18 months.
You got him in January, yeah.
All right, cool. But that still doesn't take away from the fact 2 years later you're upgrading. You need to upgrade on a £50 million striker, especially if you don't win any trophies in these 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm
I think
saying,
it's been. I don't think it's that deep. I think it's been done at other
it's
clubs,
never
not
that deep.
specifically
It's never that deep
strikers.
for
Not
Arteta, though.
stop. No,
Never
not.
that deep for
Listen to
Arteta. To
me.
be fair. It's
Okay.
never that deep
When
for Arteta.
people are doing it with goalkeepers, people are doing it with centre backs, people are
No,
doing it with full backs.
Arsenal are doing it with goalkeepers. Arsenal, you lot bought Ramsdale for
Chelsea didn't
30
do it
million.
with goalkeepers.
Arsenal bought
Chelsea didn't do it with goalkeepers.
Arsenal
What are you
bought him.
talking about?
Arsenal didn't bought Ramsdale for 30 million 2 years ago, and now you're gonna sign Raya for 30 million. It's like it's an Arsenal
And
thing,
that's
isn't it?
still less than Chelsea bought Kepa for 70 million. What are you talking about?
Chelsea bought Kepa for 70 million, replaced him in what 2 years later.
For 30, with someone for 30 million.
Clearly it was a terrible decision.
No, but my point is you're acting like this ain't been done before, when people just buy another player 2 years later to replace what they did. For me, the quicker you cut your losses. Listen to me. The quicker you cut your losses, yeah, sometimes the quicker you cut your losses and then start winning, it's like cool, no one talks about it. But we need to move on because we still got a couple more games to talk about.
Never knew upscaling was a bad thing.
It's weird. Like, what are you talking about?
I just feel like as you upscale, like there should be things to show. Yeah, no, there's progression. Like, yeah, we did this with this player. Now we need to jump.
So tell me what. So okay, let's go into Man United. Tell me what upscaling you did with Sancho. Tell me what upscaling you're gonna do with Anthony.
So clearly,
tell me the upscaling you did with
business. Clearly, we know about bad business.
Tell me the upscaling you did with Martial.
Clearly, we know about bad business. Clearly, we know about bad business. Because unless you're gonna sell Jesus for the profit, unless you think what Jesus has done at his time at Arsenal is gonna lend you a profit on him, we have to just accept it's bad business. If it's bad business, it's bad business, and you stand on it. There's nothing wrong with Arteta wanting to upgrade. There's nothing wrong with that. But just stand on the fact that it's bad business. It was bad. Like,
I personally don't care.
Fair enough.
I don't care. Just get me Tony.
The bad business. Stand on the bad business. Man scoffed at a man that's going machine for machine with Android 18 and Lewandowski. Oh no, it's not landing over here there for man. You gotta bring me something more, man. You gotta maybe a Champions League night or something, man. Link me with some Champions League highlights or something, because Schick's name's been popping around for a while, but it's never. Maybe there's something bubbling in those stocks. Maybe I need to go investigate a little bit.
Like Kasper Dolberg, man, get that shit out of here. Hey, let's move to Chelsea now. Yeah.
Wait. One last comment. But Shem, you know where it gets tight, because if a different team, you'd have more to say. Can't just say you don't care because it's Arteta's army.
Okay, it's a different team. I have more to say than them getting rid of someone 2 years later. I'm the same person that says you don't have to fail to like get to upgrade. So what are we talking about here? Like, why I say it's not a failure is because I don't regret getting Jesus. I just feel like you can get better now because we're in a different place, and that's that.
Yeah, what's different? What's different
about the first season we had? The first season we had Jesus, we went into it not trying to win the league. We got halfway and was like, okay, let's win the league. And then and the thing about that is the World Cup period.
Was Jesus never meant to take you all the way? Like, what was Jesus' role?
It was supposed to take us. It was supposed to get us into the top 4. We finished. What do you mean?
No, but like long term, not just the season after. Jesus is the reason for signing Jesus was just top 4. Is that what you're telling me?
For us, we didn't think we'd compete in 2. Let's be honest, we didn't think we'd compete in 1 year. No.
It wasn't to eventually.
No, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't to win the Premier League.
This is what I love. This is what I love.
No, it wasn't to win. It wasn't to win the one. It wasn't to win the Premier League.
Chelsea, Cham's gonna be on the ball. Like, you don't. Your first touch is perfect when it's United and Chelsea. I love it. Inside angles, you can pop it anyhow. Cham's gonna receive it.
Bro, you're not asking. The thing is, you're not even asking me questions at one point. You're not asking me questions.
When it's Arsenal, you're holding yourself to different standards when it's Arsenal. You're holding yourself already wanting to upgrade on your £50 million striker, and you don't see that as a problem. It's calm, man.
I don't get what I don't get. Like, you know, when you're trying to pick up, like, pull out straws to find it. There's nothing here. I said I wouldn't change. I said I wouldn't change. I said
it don't work. We move on. I don't get the issue here. That's calm, but just call it as you see it.
That's what I've said.
Just say it's a failure. You just gotta say it's a failure. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's another team, you would be looking for all the positives and all the. I wouldn't have changed. Even though I'd replace him, I wouldn't have changed anything about those 2 years. Those 2 years were just magical together. But I still want to replace him. You wouldn't be saying that, bro. You wouldn't hear that. Your first touch would be perfect. Your first touch would be perfect. Why the hell would you sign him if he wasn't the right guy? But when it's Arsenal, your touch is it's a bit McTominay, it's a bit loose, it's a bit janky. You're chasing it. You're chasing it, trampoline thing. But we move on. We move on, man. If you want to talk business, second place prize money alone made back that Jesus. Oh, second place prize money hype. I ain't going for it, man. He ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing. You've been back. I ain't never been on the well, to be fair, you lot got me on camera once, but it was just sitting there. It wasn't even my bit, man. Shem, move us on, man. Move us on. I've had enough of cooking Arsenal.
You didn't cook a damn thing. Shit was barely a boil. You didn't say anything. Like everything you said, I've already said. Like I don't regret getting Jesus. I just want an upgrade.
If you're in
Anyway,
the building right now, quickly hit the like button. Click the subscribe button if you're new here as well. A little bit housekeeping. Go through, Shem.
that's
Rattled!
funny.
Rattled! Rattled! Andrew.
Bro, we gotta get you. We need to get you out of social media, man, and we need to get you on there because you're acting like a fucking keyboard warrior. That's what you're doing, and you're more of a man than this. Anyway, my question about Chelsea is, why does nobody seem to care about them? Like, why
No,
did Chelsea
it's getting
continue
deep
to?
now. It's
Why does Chelsea
getting
continue
deep.
to just underachieve, and everybody just like, fine, Chelsea, like it's calm. Like, why does it seem to be like everyone's quite blasé with it? Is it because people are saying they're a young team, it's a project, they've got injuries? There's so many excuses for a team that spent so much money in such a little space of time. Max, talk us through it.
I can't lie. I've probably been one of the people that's given Chelsea the most leeway over the last month or so in terms of this season. But
Hmm.
where you just can't mitigate for what's happening right now in terms of injuries. Yeah, they've had it, whatever. You still can't put in the sort of like it's the performances that are the maddest thing. Like regardless of the fact that they've got injuries, they've had a whole preseason under Pochettino, and
Mm,
they still don't look anything close to a team that's united or a team that's got an idea. Like defensively, they're not robust, and offensively is very, very, very much the case that it's just there's nothing
mm,
clicking. Like there should like at this point there shouldn't be this much confusion over
mm.
what direction Chelsea's going in. I think what Cole will still playing at left back, um, Enzo basically playing as the six, Gallagher playing as the 10. It's just it's not is Pochettino not helping himself and just a case of the players are just not doing it. Like I want to feel sorry for Pochettino as well because I saw some of the chances. I saw some of the chances Chelsea had last during the game, and their strikers just can't hit nothing. I look at Raheem Sterling like through on goal. Raheem Sterling, 100 Premier League club, and you're out here kicking it at the keeper one on one. Nico
Listen,
Jackson,
listen, 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 listen. I'm gonna have to take over here. What's
take
going
over.
on here? What's going on here? I feel like the fact that no one can put their finger on Chelsea just goes to show, like, really and truly, when all the dust settles, they're not a big club, and we don't care. Because let's be honest, if certain teams were going through this predicament in the same scenario, new takeover, new manager, 2 year, 1 year, and whatever, spend this much money, they would get cooked. If
Cooked.
United were in
All right,
Chelsea's
cooked.
situation, they would get absolutely cooked. Likewise, Arsenal, and to some degrees, Liverpool as well. But Chelsea have been in the mix because they've been winning stuff, and Roman Abramovich changed their whole life. Now they're going back to. I feel like they're just going back to what it was pre Abramovich. A lot of people don't remember pre Abramovich, and I feel like when Abramovich come in is when like we all kind of started watching football, 2002, 2003 era. But go back and do your Googles, watch some Premier League years when Melchior and Desire and these men were there. They were scrubs. They were scrubs. So this is what they're going back to. And the question at the bottom is, are Chelsea now a mid-table team? Do we have to accept that Chelsea are just a mid-table team and they're going back to pre-Abramovich era? And I feel like because So personally, everybody always has this optimistic view. Sorry, going into every season. You know, they traditionally say, oh, and you know, next season's going to be just as hard because United's going to be back, Tottenham's going to be back, Chelsea's going to be back. And I always hate it because it's such a lazy point of view. Why do you think, name a season where everybody got better from the previous season? It rarely ever happens. And the writing was on the wall at Chelsea that they would be awful this season as well. Banks, how many times was I telling you Chelsea will probably come seventh?
I
I
can't
said
lie.
Chelsea will probably come
I gave
seventh.
them more. I gave them more leeway than
You gave them, you said, oh, you gave them more lead, and then everybody got excited because they snatched Caicedo and Lavia. Well, keep celebrating that 1-1 Liverpool result because I told them then, why are you lot at Stamford Bridge and you're excited because you drew with Liverpool. Both of you didn't have DMs, but you told me Enzo Fernandez played like his socks off and he was world class and like the world. He just goes to show that he's 100. Everyone lauded about how they did well against Liverpool. It seems like looking back on it now, they wouldn't replay that match. They would be happy with that point. And Liverpool are looking at it like, damn, we should have beat Chelsea. Because at the end of the day, they're not good. You can't bring in that many players, yeah, and expect it to work. Like, what do you think? Everyone else is stupid. Like, you can't get rid of that many players and expect it to just work. Not even seamlessly, but expect it to work. Chelsea are in a serious mess. They're in a serious mess because every team that's better than them, they're not winning. They might draw, they're not winning. So Villa, they are in the mix with Brentford, Fulham, Chelsea. That's their region. That's where they are. Brentford, Fulham, Chelsea. They got Fulham next week, Monday Night Football. They're not beating Fulham. The only problem is Fulham ain't got a Mitrovic no more. That's where they're lucky. So it's just two teams you can't really score.
I'm gonna run through Chelsea's next couple fixtures. Fulham, and just tell me whether they're getting a point. Just tell me, not even a win. Just tell me if they're getting a point. Fulham away.
1 point.
Burnley away.
Yeah, they'll get 3 points there.
Arsenal at home.
No, they're getting 0 points.
Brentford at home.
Brentford at home,
Yeah.
0 points.
Tottenham away.
0 points.
Chelsea, City at home.
0 points.
Newcastle away.
0 points.
Brighton at home.
0 points.
Damning.
And all I'm gonna say is this: if those are the fixtures and that's how it goes, Poch ain't lasting till December because already the Chelsea fans were torn on him.
They have their keenest run of fixtures already. They've literally
They spun that up the wall, and they were coming to December now, and you're already starting to hear Banks. You know, the fans were split. The proper Chelsea was split about Poch in the first place, but now you're already hearing, oh, he's Tottenham, he's Spursy.
Yeah,
you're already hearing it.
It's the same thing that happened to Benitez at Everton. Like, you can't come in from a rival and not hit the ground running because you're
hearing he's Spursy.
They hate you already. They hate you already.
If they get rid of Poch, honestly to God, who's local?
Go get Thomas Tuchel back. Where does he? Oh, he's at Bayern. Damn. Nagelsmann's gone. Enrique's
my point is, no one's local. You think no one's about. He's booked and busy. He's gone for a couple years because he's going Brazil soon. Like man, there's no one. There's no one.
Chelsea are being captained by Conor Gallagher right now. Jesse Marsh.
Would they go back and get Mourinho to get an identity back? Like, would they go get Mourinho? Like, I don't know.
Mourinho's not messing with this group, like the young players.
These youngsters. Mourinho will be racism, no? He'll say something mad.
He's not doing it. He's not doing like he's already told you I work with men that are willing to work. Like, and this is not me saying that the youngsters aren't good or the youngsters aren't, but he's not going through the politics.
Chelsea,
he has to go through with them young players.
Chelsea got Brighton on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup. They're going out. They already lost that. They've lost that. Yeah. All-time nicknames, Galadog. Yeah. Nah, I can't lie. Chelsea going out to Brighton already on Wednesday. Those fixtures you said, I think one win, probably Burnley. The Burnley game they'll probably beat. And if they played Sheffield, one of those relegated sides, they'll play. And then maybe they can nick something against maybe a Fulham with it. But they're not winning more than 2 games in those run of fixtures, probably leading up to December. Now,
crazy run of fixtures still. It's a crazy run.
Does Poch stay?
I just think they have to let him stay. There's like they've got no other choice really than to let him stay
Match
because
day fans at Chelsea ain't patient.
you're not gonna bring Lampard back. So
No,
what's your option?
match day fans at Chelsea really are not patient. Not because Twitter's not real life. It's the match day fans you have to judge it by. The match day fans at Chelsea will boo him still.
Decordova Reed and AP got signed for Chelsea. Still,
You don't think
what's
so?
said again? The Chelsea fans
I
were
said
booing.
the match
Yeah,
day fans will start
I think
booing
I'm sure
him.
Chelsea, I think Chelsea fans booed the team against Bournemouth when they drew 0-0. Like the booing
Exactly.
started. Like,
So
that's not
and
even
then
an issue.
Poch's tactics are atrocious. Trying to taking off Mudrich to bring on Chiwa when you need a goal. Come on, buddy.
Nah, but red card in it.
No, no,
No
no.
excuse.
No excuses because you did it at 0-0 to protect a point
You have to protect a point at that point, though.
at
Do
home to
what you
Villa.
with 10 men.
Okay,
They
so
ain't
when it
sitting.
was when you were 11 men. All right, cool. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, no, boy, I'm with you. I'm with you in the sense that before the red card, Chelsea didn't look like well, they had a couple of chances, but they weren't popping Villa open. It was an
Why
even
did
game.
he play free? Why was he playing a? Why did he play free at the back?
Was it three at the back?
No, not even against Villa. I mean, like they played 6 games, and about 4 of them he's played a free at the back. Why?
Right now, the tactics are look confused. The
And that's always been my flaw with your boy. He can't. His tactics are woeful. If he doesn't start with good tactics, just forget about it because his in-game management is atrocious.
But
But
what happens when Poch gets sacked? New manager comes in to 15 more new players, no pieces to sell either. Yeah, it's that's. I think they have to keep him. I think they have to keep him because there's no realistic like to manage that group of players that's already widespread. Bare players, they're gonna have bare players coming back. It's like it's just given. You might as well give it to the person that's worked there the longest. Like sometimes you'll get upgraded to manager a job just because you've been there the longest, and it just makes sense to keep you.
okay, last but not least, if they get 3 points or 4 points from those 7, 8 fixtures you said, you think you still agree with Hugo's comment? They've got to keep him because what
I think they
happens?
keep him. I think they keep him. Like it's great. I just don't see what use sacking him is gonna bring. I just
Cool.
don't like. I don't see who they bring in to clean up this mess because let's be real. Like it's not a Pochettino thing because they've had Tuchel finish terribly. They've had Potter be terrible. They've had Lampard be terrible there. Like we can't just always like you can't just always say it's the
Xabi
manager.
Alonso shouts.
Javi Alonso is yeah, he's not going to
He's not
Chelsea.
going Chelsea.
He's not going Chelsea. He's not going Chelsea. He's got Liverpool and Real Madrid ready for him.
Hmm.
So it's a case of like, at what point are you just gonna like, would the board look in the mirror and say, you know what, it's not the managers anymore. We're running this shit badly, and we need to look in the mirror because you can sack Pochettino, you can sack Potter, you can sack Lampard, you can sack Tuchel, but at what point do you just look in the mirror and say, you know what, we fucked up somewhere, and we need to actually look at ourselves and say, you know what, we haven't given managers the best platform to work because of the plan that we decided to put in. At a certain point,
Yes.
you have to look in the mirror and say that because are you gonna bring
Get
another?
Zidane. Yeah. Let's wrap it
Yeah,
there.
wrap that.
Look,
Wrap
they're
this.
not getting Chelsea's not getting Zidane now. Just quickly, I thought we'd have a little bit more time. So Sheffield United at home got thumped 8-0. 8 different goal scorers. I feel
That was
that was what makes
Wait,
it even
sorry, sorry,
worse.
sorry. Last thing on Aston Villa and Chelsea. Watkins, you wait until I took you out of my FPL to finally score. You're a sicko, you know. You're a sicko, Watkins. I replaced you with Wissa, who gave me 2 bloody points, and now you decide to score as soon as I take you out. That was shiesty. But sorry, go back. Continue. That was
Yeah,
shiesty.
so 8-0, 8 different goal scorers, all with a record as well. Banks. When we all started this season, we all predicted Luton, Sheffield, and I said Wolves. I can't remember who your third one was
So it's
to
done.
go down. Yeah, you said West Ham. Now everyone's got their third place team wrong because I think everybody gave Vincent Company and Burnley the benefit of the doubt. But I am so sure. I am so sure. The three teams, the three teams that came up are going straight back down.
I'll raise you
And
one better. I'll raise you one better. I reckon the three teams that came up all have a chance of beating Derby's points record for the Premier League for
No,
lowest
no, no,
points record. I
no.
think all
Surely
of
not.
them have a chance.
No, surely not. I don't. I said it already. I don't know if it was you. I said it to you. Luton ain't getting 15 points.
They're not.
Luton ain't getting 15 points. This is probably the worst. Oh yeah, Thames just sent me a text about Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid. But these teams, this is the worst. Like and you know this relegation, but the other teams are licking their lips. For example, Nathan just brought it up now. Everton counting their blessings. Other team,
It's crazy still. It's
certain
crazy.
teams like certain teams get free hits. Roy Hodgson could have another season of just like in this league, like just there's nothing you can do that's gonna be worse than them three. Everton's fine. Everton's fine. They don't need to. Everton won this weekend. They don't need to win for another 6 games. They'll be fine.
The teams that were fighting tooth and nail last season to stay in the Premier League and survived, they're licking their lips and they're like, Lord, you truly blessed me for my hard work. Because last season was a scrap for certain teams to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah,
Nottingham
yeah. It
Forest,
got ugly.
Everton, Bournemouth. It took a while to secure.
In the end, when Lopetegui.
Wolves in the end, like these teams were scrapping and scraping,
Yeah.
but now they're looking back. Look, they're looking behind them and they're thinking, "Who?
What?
I can't
Yeah.
lie."
Even even deep it where Chelsea would be if they were like in this, because like they would be probably like 17th, 18th
If
if
Chelsea
they were
brought
in
this form, if Chelsea brought their
into
2023 form into last
into
season, they'd be in a scrap. They'd be getting
yeah,
relegated.
they'd be getting
They'd be in a
relegated.
scrap.
But you're looking at and I don't know. I'm a bit. It's a bit annoying because majority of people say Man City's gonna win the league, right?
Mm.
Now, majority of us after this weekend have said the three teams to come up are the three teams that are gonna go down this season. So, Banks, really and truly, what is undecided? Top four?
Top four, um, top four.
You don't care about conference. Let's be honest. Top four and Europa League, like, you.
Who's
What's
the
so
vibes team?
Europe? Europe is the only thing we're really not sure about. Who plays where in Europe? If like, and I'm not talking about Arsenal fans because obviously we'll think we're winning. Liverpool think that, but I'm saying majority of fans, majority of the league is decided. If you think City's gonna win, and then do you think we're in for surprises? We're yet to see. But for me, the relegation thing, I think that the relegation thing is gonna be sorted by April, mid-April. It's like there's gonna be a clear 10 points gap between 17th and 18th.
That Huddersfield team gave us some work. I can't lie. I was pissed. I was pissed when we lost to them. We lost to them in 17-18. Was it 17-18 or maybe 17-18, and then we drew with them this year. Yeah, that team gave us some work. There's no way they're worse than any of these teams. I'm not gonna lie
No,
though, Chelsea when they go Luton away, they're getting hotted up. You think nah, they
no,
can't,
they're not. They're
they can't,
not.
they can't, they genuinely can't. Like Luton facing Wolves with 10 men had to get a dubious penalty just to
A
get that
devious penalty to get that out.
just to
And
get that
credit to
one
them,
point.
it's not levels.
They got relegated in it was early March. They got that is nasty. That's nasty. If Luton beat that, if Luton get relegated in February, then fair enough, man.
Yeah,
Just
fair
fair enough.
enough. Anyway, I don't know how are we gonna round up on this talk. Let's talk about United quickly. Happy you got finally won a game.
Shout out Hannibal, man. He ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. That's all I can ask for, man. After watching Ericsson in midfield just lollygag about, it's good to see
Do you
somebody.
think like when the team's fully fit, he starts?
He gets in the rotation. He's cracked the rotation now. He has to. There's no way I'm Ten
Over
Hag.
Mount. That would be Mount, wouldn't it? It would be replacing Mount, wouldn't he?
Yeah, depends because if we play the diamond that we've been usually playing, there's space for an extra midfielder. Obviously, there's no right wing. There's not much right wing anymore. So we've been playing this diamond thing. So you could realistically play the likes of like Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno, Mount.
How do you think you guys played all in all away at Burnley? Because away at Burnley,
It was
Turf
a
Moor's not
slug.
what Turf Moor used to be.
It was a slug still. It was a slug for us. Burnley kept the ball, but we defended with just more. We just defended with more life and more energy. Burnley were created a couple chances, but again, they weren't great. They didn't have nothing clinical, and we had the moment of quality to separate us. It was nothing pretty. I can't chat about the game and say it was something pretty. It was literally just a couple of dogs doing their job. Hannibal ran and ran and ran and did what he needed to do. Hoyland,
Tried and he tried and he
literally.
tried.
Johnny Evans, hey, I salute to you, my boy, because I was there laughing and saying, "How the hell are we starting Johnny Evans?" And you just rolled it
Mm.
back. He gave me a look. Let me show you something. Let me show you something about this game here.
It was good. He played well.
He was good. It was good. So it was one of them games, man. After losing 3 on the bounce, you just need to get a win, and we did that. So roll on Crystal Palace, back-to-back Crystal Palace games. Hopefully, get some dubs in that. We move
What do you
on.
think about this? Do you not care about the possession? They had 70% possession. You had 30.
The possession. What do you want me to do with that stat? I'll take the 3 points. I'll take the
Okay.
3 points over 60% possession.
Stock watch before we go.
Let's go, man.
Have you got
How
the
do you
tally
think?
chart
How do,
up?
how do you think your players did this week?
I'm just ready to turn it. I'm just ready to bin off so many of my players because I tried to be nice. I'm so annoyed. Like I picked Ganacho. I'm so annoyed because he's not going to look in.
Not
Poor
getting a
lad.
look at that at all. Um, DRB gave you 3 points.
Are
Canacho,
you
I'm
writing
going.
this down?
Huh? Yeah, I've
You
kept
right?
a tally. I've kept a tally.
Okay.
Ganacho gave you 0 points. I don't even think he got on the pitch this week. Uh,
Shabozlai, 2 points.
yeah, Shabozlai 2 points. McAllister, he got an
6.
assist this week.
Yeah,
And your
6 points
final guy,
from. Pardon?
I said your final guy.
Oh, Nico Jack. That's another one I'm waiting to bin off.
Now, how many goals did you say he's gonna get this season?
Yeah, I thought you'd forget. No, I think I said 10 in it. I said 10. He'll get
What?
10.
You said what?
I said 10. I said
You said
Nico
10
Jack will
what?
get us 10.
You
10
said
prem
Nico
goals.
Jackson. You said Nico Jackson will get you.
That's to get
You said
10.
18.
I think I said 10 prem goals.
You said nah. You said 18, bro.
I
You
probably
you
said 10. I said 10. Listen, I said 10 prem goals and I probably said like
we got the
17 all
footage.
comps.
We got the
I
footage
probably
to
said
defend.
7. I said 10 prem goals and I probably said like 17 all comps. I said 17
Bro,
all comps.
17 in
I
all
said
cups. He's getting 7 in the Carabao and FA Cup, yeah. Because Chelsea ain't got no European football to fall back on.
yeah, obviously, and that's fine. But if he gets 10 prem, at least I was right in one
We'll see if
aspect.
we'll see if he gets 10 prem. We'll see if he gets 10 prem. For me, Madison gave me a cool
I should
9
give
points.
8 points. Okay, eight
9 points. Gave
points.
me a cool
9
9
points.
points. Morgan Gibbs White gave me Nish 1 point.
Mm,
Um, Evan Ferguson, he didn't do nothing this week.
I don't think he
He
played.
gave, he gave me 1 point, came off the bench. You just
Mhm.
can't deserve. He's got that nutcase gene like Pep,
That's
man.
Pep though.
He dropped him. Tuchel was a bit injured, but he dropped him after a
Dropped him
hat
after
trick.
his hat trick. No,
So I've done Ferguson, Madison, Gibbs White, Garner. Oh, he got an assist this week. I'll take that. First time he's done something for me. Garner gave me a cool 7 points. Hey Shem, this is a mismatch at this point. He said more in it. He said more. We're not. Don't
I
worry.
said what I said. I said
We
17
got
in
the
all comps.
tapes,
I said
bro.
10 prem goals.
We genuinely got the tapes. It's cool. We got the tapes. And my final one: Gibbs White, Garner, Madison. Who's my last guy?
What do you mean,
I'll come
Gibbs
back to
White?
you. Huh? No, I've done
Gibbs
Gibbs
White.
White. I'll come back to you on the thread. The thread is going to be updated today. But yeah, let's
All
end
right,
the
let's okay. Last but not least, yeah. Everyone lock in. So 31st December, New Year's Eve. That's what I'm gonna say. New Year's Eve. Banks, if you could do the honors and get me those fixtures, the fixtures on the 30th or the 31st while I give my announcement. On New Year's Eve, guys, we're gonna go for 30 minutes. 30 minutes on New Year's Eve. We're going to do a nice time before everybody goes out or goes to church or whatever. So probably around 5 p.m. I'm going to schedule a stream yard conversation about basically this is really going to be the trial, the what's the word when you come to a judgment, the verdict of
sentence
the
verdict.
sentencing and the verdict of the Kai Havertz transfer. I said I'm going to
Ooh,
wait till December, but on the
ooh,
31st of December by 5
ooh.
p.m. So everybody stay tuned for that. It's going to be a quick short one. I know everyone's going to be busy because of New Year's Eve. I'm going to give you 30 minutes of the verdict. We're going to go through all the games he's played, come off the bench, everything we expect, and we're going to come to the verdict. I've been patient. I haven't publicly criticized him. I've done my part. I've been patient. Those of you that spoke to me personally, you know what I think about it already. But publicly, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come to the verdict. It could change. It could change. But right then, it's only 6 games in. We're not being reactionary. 7 because he played against PSV. But yeah, so make sure you pencil in the 31st of December. I said I'm holding it till December. 31st of December. Kai Havertz verdict. Stay tuned. Back. Would you jump on the call?
No, I'll be there. I'll be there no matter what. I'll be there no
Okay.
matter what.
No problem.
I've been waiting for you to speak on it, man. You've just refused. You've kept your cool. You've kept your cool.
No,
You've
I
refused.
promised though. I promised. I think I've been a man of my word. I think I've been fair.
You did. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. See us out, Shem.
Are you gonna? Oh, okay, fair enough. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks
Nigga,
for
the
joining
host.
us. No, you lean forward. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for locking in. Hope you've had a speaker's corner. Look at Hugo Perry trying to get his comments in. But thanks for joining us today. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you share this if you like what we're doing. Send us a message on Twitter. It's always good to get some compliments. It's always good to get some good feedback of things you think we could also be doing. But yes, feel free to message us and engage with us on Twitter at TF3 or the final third as seen on bank screen _ and yeah, all the good stuff. Stay blessed, have a good week, and peace.
David De Gea, 7 shots on
Why does
target,
he say
7
looking like
goals.
he's trying
You're in
to
goal.
wing this one into
Let's
the
go!
top?
Get on!